Hello again. Wow, I look really stoned from this angle. Damn. And I only took those two hits of crappy stuff. So, anyway, I had some more to say today. So today, instead of doing one tomorrow, I'm gonna do a two-part video today. And this is part two. I wrote down some notes here, things that I forgot to say in my other video. Um, So anyway, oh hey, you can see Ella in the background. Hi Ella. She's my mannequin. Because I'm my knitting and crocheting. I was at one time getting pretty serious about that, and I've got bags and bags, hundreds, literally hundreds of really beautiful things just shoved away in bags. I'm gonna try to start pulling those out and selling it. Actually, I mean, I've got coats and dresses and sweaters and everything you could think of, and I just make them. I buy all this, When I was married, my husband had abandoned my son and I in our cabin. I talked about that in another video where he literally abandoned us for almost 5 years, and we lived without running water or anything, and I had been in a really bad car accident, which is something I still need to talk. I haven't talked about yet, but I was in a really bad rollover car accident, and I busted like everything up. I was really busted up, and I had a shitty doctor, Dr. Johnstone in Chihuahua, who didn't send me to any doctors to have surgeries or fix any of my busted bones or rotated cups or any of the stuff that was all damaged, and instead she just gave me oxycodone for 5 years and gave me an oxycodone addiction and I didn't even know I was addicted to it until I got cut off when I was up to 200 a month and had been on it for over 5 years, and I got cut off cold turkey, boom, and I almost died, and I didn't even know what was happening to me because I didn't have a doctor or anyone to help me. But that will be another story. Anyway, I kind of lost track of where I was going with this. Um, my earlier video, I talked about how I got ripped off so badly in the shop when I got my prescription and whatnot. And there was a few other things that I had wanted to mention in that video that I forgot. So I'm just kind of doing a little follow-up thing here. Um, I am coming out and announcing my candidacy. Yay, I'm running for president. Vote for me. I guarantee I'd be a better president than either one of those, the two choices we're apparently going to have. I guarantee it. Anyway, I'm going to announce my support officially for the Giant Douche. I support the Giant Douche. We need change. I don't know if the kind of change he's going to bring is going to be, you know, I kind of know that there'll be a lot of really bad parts. We'll probably end up going to war with that man as president. But hey, war may be a good thing. Sometimes it actually is. And so I officially announced my support for the Giant Douche. Um, One of the reasons why is because of the bullshit with the government and the medical, and Jay Inslee ripping everybody off so badly and putting all the money in his pockets, other than, it's like these retail shops have been in business for over a year, so where is all the fucking money going? I don't see any improvement in anything anywhere in this state. The services aren't any better. There's no more police. There are better police. There's no more training. There's no teacher training. We got these stupid whores that for teachers that are posting pictures of themselves half nude on Twitter and getting caught with weed at school and then crying, wah, 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 I didn't do anything wrong. Yes, you did, honey. You're a skank and you have no class and you're not the kind of person that should be leading or teaching our children. Are you fucking kidding me? We should pay teachers a lot more, and there should be a lot more qualifications, and they should be expected to do a lot more. We'd have a lot. Same with cops. If we paid them a lot more, I mean, what the fuck? Some stupid ass football player from Compton can come up here and become a Seahawk and be making millions, and then and they won't stand up for, and then others that won't stand up for our flag, when we made them rich and they're making millions, and and they're low class pieces of fucking garbage, and you people go out and buy their stupid paraphernalia at the grocery stores, all their shirts and junk and crap they're selling on their fucking money machine, their capitalistic money machine, making their millions, and we just keep pumping more money into that, and then we bitch that teachers are, showing themselves nude and raping our kids, and cops are shooting our kids and fucking doing all this shit. Really, you fucking ignorant assholes. Get a clue. It's called common sense. Football players are playing a goddamn game. Yeah, it's for entertainment value. Anything for entertainment value should be paid accordingly. Musicians, so-called movie stars, celebs, all them losers, sports stars, all of them should maybe make $100,000 a year. I don't think any of them are worth more than that. Not a fucking one of them. None of them. And I tell you what, cops, I don't like cops for the most part, but that's because they're shit. But I bet you if we paid them, when I found out that they only make 40 to 60,000 a year, I almost shit myself. I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? I feel sorry for them. They're expected to go out and do all that and put up with all that, and that's all they make? No wonder they're assholes. No wonder. Are you kidding? Why don't we pay them 100 to 150,000 a year? And then we'd have better quality people that want to become police officers, higher expectations, better training, more officers, things like that. But the most important part is the quality of the person that's carrying that badge and gun. That's the most important part. And we're not paying for that. The same with our doctors. The same with, other people. We got nothing but these fly-by-night scumbags coming out of doctor school now, running these clinics. They're not real doctors. I mean, it's like, I went to a health food store one time, and the woman that ran the store told me, doctors aren't here to make our life better. They're not here to help us become healthier or live our lives better. They're here to help us die more comfortably. And that seems to become more true by the day. They don't care. Especially for poor people like me. I mean, I'm on United Healthcare, Apple, whatever the hell it's called. Like, forget it. If I get something serious, I might as well kiss my ass goodbye unless I can save myself. And same with getting off the oxy that the doctor did to me, and all the other things that doctors have done to me. I was on like 15 different prescriptions a month at one time, and trazodone, Nexium, oxycodone, freaking ibuprofen, naproxen, cyclobenzaprine. All this shit all at once. It's like I give it all up. All I need is weed. An occasional tramadol, which I can't even get a fucking tramadol from my doctor anymore. It's ridiculous because the media is lying so much about the doctors over medicating people with these opiates. So now the doctors are so scared about getting in trouble that they won't even give out a fucking tramadol. Like, I went and asked my doctor for some tramadol a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to go ask him for some more in about a week. I might actually take a video of that because I'm sure he's going to turn me down. When I asked for the tramadol last month, he is all like, "Oh, I don't know, you don't need these pain medications, and you got to be very careful with this. Just be very careful, and I'm telling you right now that I'm not going to prescribe this as a regular thing. This is a one-time thing, and you need to be very careful." I'm like, fucking tramadol? Excuse me? It's a glorified aspirin. Are you kidding? They probably sell it over the counter in Canada. It's nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And it helps me sleep. It helps with my attitude. It helps with my pain. I've been knitting and crocheting for over 30 years, and my fingers hurt so bad. I got this trigger finger. Normally, if I do this, it'll get stuck. It's pretty loose today, actually, but you can see the click in it. Ugh. Yeah, sometimes it just gets totally stuck. My fingers just stuck like this, and I have to shake it out. And my wrist hurt so bad at night. My hands from crocheting my fingers. I have to sometimes at night spread the fingers out and slide them under the cool sheets because the coolness helps with the pain. And then my elbow is just like, from years of this, because my husband, when he abandoned us there. That's all I had to do. That's all he would. That's what I got off track with. That's all he would do is spend money. All I could do is buy yarn. So I just started knitting and crocheting all this stuff, and that's why I have bags and bags of the stuff, just coats with a sleeve that needs to be sewed on, or buttons put on this sweater, and they'd be all done. So I need to sell that shit. But anyway, back to the lying ass media and their bullshit about pain pills. It's not the doctors prescribing pain pills that are that are creating all these heroin addicts. That's just bullshit. The reason that they are creating the heroin addicts, but it's not from overprescribing oxycodone or pain medications. It's from lack thereof, and lack of training of, or you know, I guess maybe the patients need to be trained a little too. When you're giving them pain medications, they should go through. Maybe that's what we should do instead of being such tightwads with the pain medicines and lying, saying that doctors are overprescribing them and causing all these people to become heroin addicts. Maybe they should tell the truth. Make the patient, if you're going to get pain medicines on a regular basis, you have to take a class, and maybe even every 3 months a little update, or a meeting with, maybe not the doctors because they're already overtaxed or overworked or whatever for what they're getting paid, but maybe another person in the clinic that could be their job, that once every 3 months they meet with their pain patients, go over the amount they're using, how good it's working, blah blah blah, and just keep training the patients on this is what happens when you get addicted. Show them videos of people being addicted. You don't want that, this, that, or the other. Because when I got addicted, it was because, number one, my doctor never sent me anywhere to get fixed. She didn't send me to orthopedic surgeons or all these people who should have fixed my collarbone, should have fixed my rotator cuff, should have, all these things. Instead, she just gives me these pain meds. And I was allergic to them at first because I'm allergic to morphine. So at first, I couldn't even take a half a 5 milligram pill without getting itchy and nauseous. But after being on them for 5 years, I was up to, 8 to 10 a day, easy, whatever, 200 a month. And then I had my neck surgery and had I have pins in my neck and like this steel cage thing around there. And my doctor quit being my doctor. Dr. Johnstone just decides that I don't like her, so she's going to fire me as a patient. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so I get cut off cold turkey, and I'm sitting there flopping around in my bed thinking I'm dying, going through all this shit. And it was a pharmacist who told me I should have been on methadone. I should have been on a step-down program. But the thing of it is if the doctor had told me all the things that could happen, I would have been much more careful. Because I had a girlfriend, Donna Dean. She died from her addiction to oxycodone. And I watched it. I watched her be addicted. I tried to help her. She asked me for help, but her husband, who was the one getting the meds and everything for her, because she didn't even have a doctor. She was shut in. She never left her house. He was feeding them to her. And so he wouldn't let me come over and visit anymore because he knew that she wanted to divorce him and knew that I was helping her. So I wasn't allowed to come see her anymore. And then one day I just got a notice on Facebook that she had died. So, but I didn't realize that it was happening to me. I saw what she did, snorting them, crushing them up and snorting them and doing all this stuff. And I kept telling myself, well, you don't do that. You're not an addict. You're not like that. And so at night when I'd start to get that butterfly feeling and everything else, I would think, oh, that's just my anxiety, my stress. I didn't realize it was actually the addiction kicking in, telling me that I wanted a pill. But I found that out much later. And anyway, and since then, it's like, I don't want pain pills. I really don't. And even just getting a tramadol is a freaking nightmare now. But I've gotten pain. My back hurts so bad. I've got pins in my knee. I've got the steel here. I had a plate put in my shoulder here by some quack-ass doctor who sewed my collateral bone together. Apparently it didn't need it, and then he didn't even do it right, and he used these crazy screws that started popping out through my skin. So I had to have that removed. And I had to have both my rotator cuffs sewed back on. All 3 tendons were tore out. I guess it was just the ball was just like sitting in the socket. That's from the rollover. I tried to grab the car when I was throwing out the back hatch. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to have pain for the rest of my freaking life. The weed helps with most of it, but sometimes I need a little something extra, and now I can't even get a goddamn tramadol. This is bullshit. I've literally sat here and thought, well, maybe I should go try some heroin. Maybe I'll go out on the street and get some fucking heroin. Yeah, it's not the doctors overprescribing. It's the lack of knowledge to the patients. It's the lack of oversight, and making sure that people don't become addicted, or once they do, helping them with it. That's where we need to put the money, not in giving cops these stupid nasal sprays and these safe zones and making doctors make patients who really have pain suffer because they're so scared they're going to get in trouble. There we go with that lack of common sense. No common sense anymore. None whatsoever. It's bullshit. And the same with the medical prescriptions. I go to get a prescription, I get ripped the fuck off. I still ain't saving any money in at the store, and then I'm wondering where the hell all the money's going from all these the retail shops that was supposed to help the state. Well, I'll tell you where. It's all going in JNC's pocket and all his greedy rich fucking thieves that he's in bed with. That's where all the money's going. And to the Liquor Control Board, because they're forming all these stupid off agencies to control the marijuana. So they got to have all these inspectors, and then they have to have the pesticide control, which is bullshit too, because nobody really uses that bad of pesticides. Yeah, maybe there should be some that are banned, but for the most part, people use like neem oil or Asmax or whatever. Big fucking deal, unless they're overusing it. Or there should be some that's clean for people that have allergies, but most people don't give a shit, and it doesn't harm them at all. It's just stupid. It's just a way to waste more money to have some other stupid agency testing all the weed for no reason, which is going to make the quality worse. The quality's gone downhill so bad it's unreal. The weed is practically shit. It's hard to find any that's worth a fuck. I mean, like I said, Gorilla Glue, Cinex, there's a couple out there by Fat Panda that are pretty decent, but I don't really like Fat Panda people. I applied for a job with them, and they sent me back a notice saying they'd picked somebody else for the job of trimming. It was a job for trimming. I applied for a job to trim at Fat Panda. And it's like, dudes, I even told them in my application that I have 32 years of experience growing. I've done every single thing there is to do with weed. But then they sent me back a notice about it 3 weeks later. Oh, we're sorry, we picked somebody else for that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, you couldn't possibly get someone more qualified. I mean, even if they didn't pick me for that job, they should have been, well, we have this other job we'd love to have you for, But the only people that these people are hiring are cute little girls and stupid little boys and young people that they can keep complete control over, that are dumb, that'll be paid little bit of money and not bitch about it, that won't put in their 2 cents or try to, interfere with the boss's plans. Well, I wouldn't have done any of that either. All I wanted was to trim some fucking weed and make a little bit of money. I would have just went, did my job, kept my mouth shut, and went, oh, big goddamn deal. What, I'm not cute enough? I'm not young enough? Or am I a woman? I mean, I have half a mind to turn Fat Panda into the discrimination, civil rights, because they had no reason to turn me down. I'm the most qualified person they could possibly freaking get. So they should have had something for me, and I should. Wow, what are you? Is it? I'm too overqualified? Was I too qualified to trim the fucking weed? Is that what it is? Because either I'm too fat, or I'm a woman, or I'm single, or because I'm disabled. I don't know which, but it's one of those reasons they turned me down, which is completely against the law. So maybe I should turn Fat Panda in for discrimination. I'm seriously thinking about it. Okay, I should actually contact them and tell them about my video and let them watch it. I like to do that whenever I'm talking about someone in particular. I like to let them have a heads up. Hey, douchebag, I made a video about you. So anyway, that's the thing. Yeah, and another thing, just one last closing thing about the retail shops. They're out there bitching about how they're not making any money either, that it's the government making all the money. Well, that's true. But the retail shops are the ones who fucking caused it. They're the ones who ruined it for everyone. They should be kissing our ass. The medical patients should be number one, no matter what. We should be in the forefront. We should be the ones making the rules, controlling the whole freaking operation, because the medical patients are the ones who fought the battle. We're the ones who opened up the market. We're the ones who went to jail when the stuff first started out. We're the ones who did all the work, everything to open up the market, to make it so it could happen for these retail shops. Oh, I'm so sorry if you're not making any money. But don't bitch at me about it. You know what? We should all get together and go after the goddamn government and change the shit. They're ruining it. They're stealing all the money, taking all the money, giving none of it back to us, to society, and they're ruining the weed on top of it, which is just absolutely unacceptable. So, yes, I am voting for a giant douche. Giant douche for president. Have a good day.